gonna just say this. You actually.
Of course not.
I'm gonna just tell you what you actually did. You actually committed 2 Flagrant One fouls.
How? Where's the first Flagrant One?
When you hit him in the face?
Well, then tell him to give me 2 Flagrant Ones, because they wasn't a Flagrant 2. So if you're gonna give me 2 Flagrant Ones, then give me 2 Flagrant Ones.
Because listen,
it was not a Flagrant 2.
Listen, I'm just saying, when I look at that play, when you hit him in the head, that's a Flagrant 1. But then when you snatch him, that's a Flagrant 1. And that adds up to Flagrant 2.
The problem is I didn't snatch him.
Officiating according to Chuck.
Wait, okay, Dre, look what.
1.
Okay, that's 1. Now.
1.5.
And wait,
2.
You ain't pulling his jersey?
I'm flying away from him, Chuck. So naturally he's going to come that way. But pulling his jersey, I'm a pretty strong dude. Pulling his jersey, he gonna come with me. He's not going to the floor.
Wait, he didn't come with him? He did come with him.
No, he went straight to the floor. He went straight to the floor.
I have one question.
He coming with me.
You might be right, Dre. I just have one question. You might be right.
Would you like to demonstrate?
I just want to ask you, why didn't you not let go?
Because then he gonna fall into space and they're gonna say I tried to do it if I let him go.
Okay, all right. There it is.
This is me you talking to now. We know I play by a different set of rules, which I'm okay with. But if I let him go, then it's like, oh man, you slammed him down.
Got you.
So again, because it's me, it's a lose-lose, and that's okay.
So Dre, watching the game, I thought Memphis had a horrible game plan because they came out shooting jumpers. Were y'all confident at halftime? It's like, these guys just gonna shoot threes. They're not gonna punish us in the post. They're not rebounding the ball. Steve said something, because they came out shooting jumpers. Were y'all confident at halftime? It's like, these guys just gonna shoot threes. They're not gonna punish us in the post. They're not rebounding the ball. Did Steve say something to y'all like that at halftime? Because I was sitting there watching that game, I'm like, Memphis gonna lose this game because they got their best defensive player out the game, and Memphis just out there jacking up threes, and yet they're not dominating in the post, they're not dominating on the boards. Did y'all talk about that at halftime?
We definitely talked about it. You know, Steve had told us before, he said, their game starts when the shot goes up, whether it's for them or for us. And so we felt like, especially after that first quarter when we got our footing, that we did a really good job on the boards. But we also felt like going into halftime, we had some unfortunate breaks on calls, including the ejection, but there was more unfortunate breaks that we thought there were. And then we also didn't shoot the ball well. Klay Thompson had 3 fouls. He probably played all of 7 minutes in the first half. And yet they were only up by 6 points after all that went on. So we knew if we came out and played our brand of basketball that we would come out of there with a win.
Draymond, after you got ejected, did you say to yourself, man, I shouldn't have did that, I let my team down, or did you have full confidence that you guys could win the game?
I have full confidence that we could win the game, and I also didn't say I let my team down because I didn't think I let my team down. I think letting my team down is giving up layups. Letting my team down is not fouling the guy so he doesn't get a layup. Now, I've done some egregious things in my career, and I'm very honest about them when I do. I didn't expect to get ejected there, so I wasn't going to put myself in a place where I'm like, oh, I feel bad, because I didn't think I deserved an ejection. And no one else in the locker room thought so. And they're honest. They'll tell me, like, Dre, that was terrible, that was this, that was that. Everybody disagreed.
Dre, let me ask you a question.
Chuckster, let me ask one more real quick. When did you decide you were going to react the way you did when you were ejected and you were all over the baseline?
Well, I was going to head out, and so I was just running to leave. And then I said, you know what? I got to go talk to my guys because we still need to win this game. And so I went and dapped up my guys, and then I left out. So I did not decide to go back. I knew I was running out. It was time to go. I'm going to sit there and argue with them, or I'm going to leave the floor. I'm going to just leave the floor. They'd love for me to sit there and argue with them. I'm going to leave the floor. But then it dawned on me, like, no, I got to go talk to my guys. I got to tell them, let's go, let's get it. And so that's when I went back.
I always ask myself to put the shoe on the other foot when we're debating something. If, I'm trying to think, Brandon Clark hit Steph like that, you would think that was a flagrant 2, though, correct?
Well, that's Brandon Clark and Steph Curry. You and I both know these games aren't officiated. Like,
but I'm just saying,
that's just not the case.
If somebody smacks Steph in the face and then snatch him out the air like that.
Did I slap him in his face or did I nick his face?
Well, I don't know how hard you hit him. You know how hard you hit him.
And that's where the problem comes when they say excessive. Was it excessive? No. I may have nicked his face trying to get the ball. But you know another thing, Chuck? If we're going to referee tendencies, then you also have to referee tendencies that I get one of those strips a game.
Okay.
So if you're going to referee tendencies, then you got to referee the tendencies both ways. You can't just say this guy has a reputation for hard fouls. You also have to say this guy has a reputation for getting that still just like that all the time.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ken.
Well, I think the last thing, going back to the end of the game, even though you weren't in, I think how happy were you to see, because you guys in this environment again? Because to me, I think Memphis was shocked by playing Minnesota, who at times would not respond to big runs or big plays or big moments. And you guys are back in that and responded. They make a big play. This is a championship basketball. We're going to make a big play too.
Absolutely. You know what? For me, Kenny, I've said for the last, 2-3 weeks, I feel more comfortable right now and familiar with the situation than I have, like even in the regular season. The one advantage we feel like we have is our experience. We've been through it. What those guys are trying to do, we've done that. It actually started here in Memphis for us. So it's like deja vu. And so we're not afraid of any moment. We're not, we know they're going to go on 8-0 runs. We also know that we're going to go on 8-0 runs. And so, I did think in that Minnesota series, the swings were just crazy. Like you get up 26 points and then they go on a 26-0 run. In order to be a championship team, you can't do that. And so in watching that series, all along, I'm like, well, okay, they're going to go on their runs, and that's fine, like everyone does, but we're not giving up a 26-0 run. That's ridiculous. And so I think we have the advantage there when you're talking experience and just knowing what to expect. We feel very comfortable in this environment.
Draymond, before we let you go,